That's by Redactle number 521 on Saturday, September 9th. We have a 9-letter title. The 9 of a 5 is a 7 of 310 to 11 at a 5-4. So there's something of maybe a metal is a measure of its something resistance to electricity at a fixed something. So I'm wondering if I'm getting those words right. Is that impedance? For example, it something to the 8/7 of 9. And then for example again, 5 has a 6/9 has a higher impedance than something. What is the unit of impedance? But I am just wondering, see, through a wire, I'm familiar with it, although I have to admit I don't understand it. Electric guitar pickups, I think, have a certain impedance, and then the length of cable you run increases the impedance. Of course, it's dangerous to have some idea in your mind because then you're blind to everything else. But the word 9 is derived from the Latin, maybe. Anyway, I'm going to try impedance and see if I can get this in one. Is it ANC? I think it's ANCE. Well, let's try with an E. No, so I was completely wrong, but let's see if it is something to do with a metal. No. So let's try electricity. No. Water. Oh, I was very confident I had the answer here. All right. So back to the drawing board. So then it is the something. What is that 5-letter word? Is it a measure? Oh, thank God. At least I got one word right. And it's, hooray for me. And 9 of a 5 is a measure of its, well, let's try resistance is futile. Okay, so it's resistance to something. Is it at a fixed? No. Resistance to corrosion, resistance to resistance. Could it be something biological? Resistance to infection? No. 4? It's something, or maybe is that thus? Yeah. 5 has a higher, has a something, a higher something than something else. All right, let's go down since we do have resistance, but I don't think it's the resistance I was thinking of at first. We may see some nice symbols. Okay, we do see some formulas here. What's that? Something A something. Wow, it's quite a complicated. And is that delta there? I thought we might see some other symbols. We have sigma, We have a nice lowercase l there. Is that a chemical element? That's funny. We have one, and then we have four subscripts. And that's a delta, right? Uppercase. And then we have a cross. Didn't we see that before with species? But I don't think this has anything to do with species. Ampersand equals minus. Is that the anding two things together in logic? But resistance I don't think would apply to logic. A higher 9. Okay, we have something to the power. Oh, so we do have some temperatures. Is about 1 and then a 3-letter unit. The 99 of 5. Okay, between something like and something like. Are they elements? No. How about material? 10 materials. For instance, if the material were a 6, the 6 could be, would be given by 5's, somebody's law. Is it Boyle's law? No. Which says that the 511 by a 6 is proportional. Yes, is proportional to the 8, 9 from 11. 8, which can be 10 to the 11 of material. Okay, let's look at our laws. The something law of, I think that's the second law of thermodynamics. Yes. Is Newton going to be involved? Newton's something per square meter. Okay. So it's physics. Measure of its resistance to something. Still don't know what that 5-letter word is. Let's look at our other Newtons. Newton's law of something is referred to as Newton's law of blank. Oh, 1, 2. What is 1, 2? Are they 2 elements? Use of the 5, 6, 2. Again, 1, 2. That's funny. That's separated out. Oh, that 1, 2. I'm thinking maybe it's a letter and a number, or a number and a letter. Let's try O. There's a single O. So I presume that's H2O. Oh, that's funny. It took the 2, but it didn't show anything. Maybe it's just so tiny, it's not showing up. Very bizarre. Oh yeah, so I think I jumped to the next one and it's in there somewhere, just we can't see it. As is the case for 6 with 659. How about molecules? Okay. With, as is the case for, well, it's not liquid, is it? No, is this the case for, oh my goodness. Solids. My goodness. Okay, we got a whole bunch of things strung together there. Is it derived from Latin? Yeah, 6. Something referred to a 747 derived the word something to a something term. Something out. 6's law, so that must be somebody's name that ends in an S. Harris's law. Within the liquid. Above the liquid, maybe gas. Boundary, maybe. No. The liquid and gas. What is that word? It's something like atoms or molecules. Are 8 by 6, 13, 5. Oh my goodness. Oh, look at that H with a line through it. I think, unless it's an N that's just written in, but I think it must be an H. Well, let me do atom, atoms, atomic, at the atomic 5 of something atomic something. Here are 2 atoms. And a single atom. Oh, I did molecules plural. Let's do the singular. Okay, I'm afraid this is going to be something complicated. Although it should be a word we've all heard of. The something of a 5. It's not metal or solid. Oh, I don't think I did solid singular, did I? No. The something of a 5. measure its resistance at a given time? No. At a given, well, pressure, force. Let's do those words. Something as a pressure blank between the two, 4 of the 4. The two ends. Oh, it is between the two ends of the. Is this a pressure difference? Yes. Seen? No. For example, when a 7.5 is pushed, no, something through a tube. Oh, it is a tube. Is blank through a tube. Oh, could this be something to do with surface tension near the tube's blank, the near its edge? Let's do end singular, no end. Then near its base, top, and near the tube's mouth. A tube doesn't have too many parts to it. Near the tube's. Oh my goodness. When a 7.5 is blank, sucked. Now there's something through a tube. It's something more. It makes more. It takes more. Well, let's do energy. Let's see if that's mentioned. Yeah, I suppose with Newton's law and all of that, we would expect to see energy. Let's see, heat. How about pressure? I thought we would have them here. The fact that 4, 8, and energy 9 are among the most 8, 9, and 9, 9 is not a coincidence. Oh, that's ridiculous. Nothing else I've done today is though. 5 are among the few. 8, 10 that are 9 at the 11.5 in 13.10. Thus, rather than being 8 by the something, when I'm losing it, is not a law of, maybe nature, but rather a 12.8, like 5's law, 4's law, and 3's law. Did Bohr have a law? No. 5's law, whose law is that? Well, let's see if Einstein gets a look in. He's mentioned once, I think it's the law in the Einstein Um, not equation. Oh, maybe it is equation. It is. This blank in the Einstein equation. Let's try E for energy. No, we have EG. We probably have some IEs. How about C, speed of light? Degrees centigrade. Degrees centigrade. Here we have C. Now let's do light. Oops, speed. At something speed, 1, 1. Let's do 2. Oh, I did that. 3. Can vary. Gonna be from 0 to 3, 1 to 3. I haven't done 1 yet. There are no. It is something thought. No, that no 7, 6 may occur. No, when the 5 is something. Here we have 2/3 of something, and there's another 2/3 as a something case. So I did case. It would be nice when you type in a word that's already there if it was highlighted in some way. But anyway, since it is 0, 0. So that must have been put in as 2 zeros. Am I imagining it, or is one of those zeros slightly smaller than the other? So I think that's why it was put in separately as 2 things. Is that, but it doesn't look like a subscript. But does that have a special meaning? I know 00 has a special meaning in roulette. Is this a noble gas? No. How about inert? Only 5. And time sensitive? No, time 9/11, such as 11 and 7. Here we have more things listed. Something pressure. How about temperature? Yeah, okay. 52 temperatures. Okay, that was one of those in that list. And blank of something. How about forces? No. Have I done force? Aha. All right. In the first paragraph, for example, so I think this 4/7 is, well, obviously it's not for example, so I think it must be for some types of objects. It blank to the 8/7 to the something meaning. 5 is a higher 9. Let's try steel. What are other common materials? Something is usually, now is blank 14 as a force something by a time divided by an something. I'm sure I did atom, yeah, by an, thus it's something parts. Oh, units. Ah, okay. Oh, SI units. There we go. Are Newton-7 per square meter R6-7. Maybe are something squared? No. Newton? Do I know anything that is a Newton dash something? Newton. Well, how about gravity? No gravity. How about atmosphere? And a pressure of 1 atmosphere or something. Or standard, no, that's 8, is in terms of the standard 6, 9, 1, 2, and the 4, 9, oh, there we have 1, 5. Let's try some more letters. X, F, G, H. Oh, I did H. S. A lot of S's. Okay. 1 ASS. Okay. Well, I feel like 1 ASS at the moment, not being able to get this. And is the something of the blank, the fixed speed? No, the something, the limit speed. Let's maybe try and think of some other. Could it be conductivity? We do have 2 of those. Not that we've done such, but blank is 7, conductivity 13, heat 9. Newton's law of 9. Oh, to a something area. Now, well, we do have it there. 8 per something time per unit area. Thus, 1, 3 can be something as blank the blank. Oh, there we have another. Very, very tricky. The 7 with heat. The problem with Harry. Under standard conditions, standard something conditions, STP, isn't that, they use that abbreviation, and pressure of 1, 3, the average, no, air, okay. So air has this 9, Could it be something to do with humidity? No. What has air got under standard atmospheric conditions? Yeah. The blank 9 of air is so many 3.s 725, except at very high. Let's do low. Very low. Differences. Oh, no. Temperatures, plural. Yeah. Is observed. So air has its own section. Have I put in physics yet? No, it is only mentioned once. We may be down here at the references. Who's that? And something. Microsoft Edge. The Edge from U2. But air has a blank over 1/3. No. That of 5. And 5, 5. And twice. First. 8. So what is 8? Have I done water? Have I remembered how to type it? There we go. So water has this thing, air has it. Maybe other common environments. No other common materials or substances. Okay. The following 5, 11, the 5 of 9, 6 observed in common substances. Unlike. Oh, unlike is not redacted. Interesting. Now this may be a table that is not being displayed to us. See also high 9, 5. Something pressure, something solid. And then we're down in that section. Oh, okay, we got one of those 5-letter words. 5 has a higher resistance to something at a given. Hmm. No. What has a higher blank than water with 5 letters? Steam? No, how about ice? Ice, baby. All right, I'm up to 145 words. At this point, maybe I'll use a hint rather than pausing and Googling the answer. I keep forgetting that I can now use the hints on the new site. Of course, I'd prefer to solve without it, but let's try using a hint. What word will I feel like the resistance to 11 might be too much of a hint. But let me try this 5 letter word that has a higher whatever this is than water, and then maybe that will give me some idea. So hint, syrup. You could have given me a whole week to try and think of a 5 letter word that has a higher something than water, but that is actually, I think, a great clue because when I think of syrup, I think of viscosity. Is that it? That is it. So I'm rather proud of myself for choosing the right word to use as my hint. All right, there have been 242 games played. The global median is 44. Obviously, I took about 3 times that and had to use a hint. David left a comment yesterday about how there should be some way when you submit your answer that it knows, well, it should know I used a hint, of course, but if I paused and Googled something that would be helpful, there should be some way to say, don't count my statistic. But in this case, I think it's okay to count it because it's so far down. I'm there with that long tail of people who took over, well over 100. Looks like maybe 15 people got it very, very quickly. Well done to those people. Resistance to deformation. Yeah, I wonder if I had clicked on that word as my hint, would I have got viscosity? I don't think so, or it would have taken me a lot longer. Informal concept of thickness. There we go. Scientifically, as a force multiplied by a time divided by an area. Newton seconds per square meter, or Pascal. I should have thought of Pascal. And what were the things about the tube? Had the tube's axis, so I presume that's near the center than near its walls. Okay. From the Latin viscum for mistletoe. Oh, a viscous glue derived from mistletoe berries. Well, that's a very interesting derivation. I think I may actually even remember this. And Hooke's law was the 5 letter. Okay. All right. Well, I'm disappointed I didn't get it sooner, but I'm really not sure how I could have attacked that any better than using a hint. But if you were able to solve it, please let me know in the comments what led you to the answer. Anyway, thanks as always for watching. I hope you have a wonderful weekend. Bye bye for now.